Aldo approach, the not really going to engage you at that moment of that final face-off. So we'll see how that all fares off right now. She's obviously found success in the cage at 2-0. Both fighters meet in the middle, and a combination started right away from Wemple. And Sophia Smith with the body clinch.
Oh. It's just the cleanest way to take somebody down, you know? When you can join your hands in the low back, take control of the upper body and the lower body, and it works for people who haven't trained wrestling their whole life.
That was a beautiful pass, and a lot of times all the way over to the other side.
Wow, yeah, she did.
Yep.
Her ground
Nice.
game solid for sure.
The engagement from her lower half is really what I'm looking at. The lower half, yeah, she's controlling her with the top, but as far as this grappling sequence goes, the large majority of the work by Sophia has been done by her legs already.
Yeah, she needs to find that head position a little bit. You know, she's getting a little tall, and that's how.
Yeah, Wemple's getting up.
Yeah, she's making space there.
Strong knee shield, but Sophia Smith's back in on the double
Good
leg.
transition.
And a strong takedown slam right there. That is not something that we often see in the women's strawweight division.
You know, Wemple's making good choices, too. You know, you mentioned that she's, you know, been on the wrong end of her record, but she's making good choices. She knows what she's doing.
But, man, what a beautiful pass over the mount right there. We're just seeing someone who has some obvious time on the mat and technical skill that she's developed through just time and practice with Sophia Smith right here. She has both hooks in right now. She's great binding
right here.
She's working to get under the chin. She's also doing damage to the body and trying to find the ear from the top. Tim Mills is looking right over the top of the action right now. Wemple really isn't doing a lot to defend other than keeping her head there. She's not trying to advance or better her position.
It's because the grapevines are stretching her out, the way her feet are interlocking with the bottom leg, and her pelvis is driving downward. She's just able to fully control her. And the ref just said, you know what, that's enough. And he's right. That was enough.
Yeah, there's no reason to stay in that position. You know, she was in a compromised position. She couldn't defend herself. You know, it's a lot of times like when you see, very similar to when you see someone get crucifixed, maybe the person isn't doing a ton of damage, but 50, 60 of those small shots, and they add up. So there's no reason to take unnecessary damage.
And when you're not getting out, we could stop at 50 or 60 or 90 or 130. We got to stop at some point. So, you know, and this is a young lady, young athlete, you know. She doesn't need to take more abuse, but she knew what she was doing. It wasn't like she doesn't fight. Right. She was getting her hips back when she was trying to get back to her feet. She was fighting hard, and you know, I hope she keeps fighting. You can tell she likes it.
Yeah, and that's the reason to do it.
Yeah.
You know, there's no other reason to do it other than you love what you're doing. And the minute you don't love what you're doing, do something else, you know?
Yeah. And on the flip side, the awareness of somebody like Smith to be in that position, she didn't have the choke in, but she was conscious and aware enough to continue to score and to continue to do damage, albeit some of them were rabbit punches that might not have been doing a whole ton of damage, but nevertheless, it's almost if you remember back to season 10 of The Ultimate Fighter in Roy Nelson talking about, as long as I have that position established,